the brand new With Heaven on Top by Zach Bryan. With Heaven on Top is the sixth studio album by American singer Zach Bryan. It was released on January 9th, 2026. The album was written and produced by Zach Bryan and is expected to be his final release with a major label. All right,
Oh, interesting.
all right, Eric, your thoughts on the brand new Zach Bryan album, first of the year. I'm surprised he released it so early in the year, but I am happy that we are listening to this.
You know what? It's a very good album. But I think my biggest gripe with it is that it's very long. It's an hour
Same.
and 20 minutes,
Yeah.
right? So like buckle in because you're in for a long time. It was like, what was the other album that he had that was long?
American
There,
Heartbreak, American
American
something.
Heartbreak.
Is that the
Yeah.
one?
So yes, and that one came in at 2 hours. So I guess it's not a 2 hour album. Like I feel like these songs are great. I do think that he could have definitely condensed it down to 12, maybe 15 songs. 15 with a grace, because there's a lot of songs on this album that I think, or release two separate albums. Maybe release
Mm.
one album at the beginning of the year and then another album in the later half of the year. But I did quite enjoy it. I still am not a fan of the spoken word at the very beginning,
You
and
don't
I
like the
understand.
poems?
I understand he's trying to set the theme of the album.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get that, but I just think that when he's saying it, it's too quickly. It's just like I feel like it's just like he's holding the piece of paper and it's just like, hey, you know, like maybe it's not like I'm over
Yeah,
exaggerating
yeah,
with
yeah,
that,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
but I find that like if he slowed it down a little bit more and maybe spread it throughout the album, it would have been a little bit more interesting. But I mean, the songs are great. Like I think he definitely is. I would consider him like a Bob Dylan esque songwriter. There was one song which I thought I had listed here, but I had it
Describe
written
it,
down.
and maybe I'll know it.
So there's one part of the, and it was the middle of the song where it just felt there was like a bunch of horn sections, and he held this note and it was very off key, and I think the horns were off key too, and it just, I'm like, oh man, like I felt like they just recorded it and we're like, it's good enough. um
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what, like I thought I wrote the song down, but
I don't remember
um
that, but there are a lot of horns, more horns than usual on this record,
yes,
which is.
yeah, I think they definitely fit
Mhm.
for sure. But like his songwriting abilities are incredible. Like songs like Santa Fe, I really
Oh,
like that one, or even technically the first song, Runny Eggs, I thought was kind of cool.
I do want to
Um,
talk about Runny Eggs for a bit,
yeah,
because I generally like this album. I agree with you; it's too long. But Runny Eggs to me, I did not like. I thought it was a
mhm,
weak opener to the album. It's not until the next track, Appetite, where I really got into the album. For some reason,
yeah,
Runny Eggs, I was like, this seems more like a demo type of song, and it could
yes.
have been polished up a bit more. But then that's sort of his aesthetic, technically.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think if like Appetite would have been a good opener
Mm-hmm.
song for the album because it's very less like front heavy and it's good.
Yeah.
Runny Eggs, I what I liked about it, it was just you really got a picture of how he grew up. And it was like
Right.
he grew up with all these traditions, and then when he goes home and visits family and friends, it's like your sanctuary that just hasn't changed, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
still, there's those runny eggs or whatever. So I think that was, he really painted that picture
Mm-hmm.
for me. But yes, I do agree. It was definitely, I felt like it should have been maybe down,
Yeah,
like in the
somewhere in the
middle of the
middle.
album.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, like some of my favorites, again, Santa Fe, Dry Desert Desserts were good. Um,
Mm.
there was a lot of, I felt like, heartbreak and growth in the songwriting. So it's like he's at an age now where he's like actually starting to put things into perspective and be like, I've
Mm-hmm.
learned all these things from all this, And now I like changed almost my tune, like very more matured kind
Mm-hmm,
of thing.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely, as a new-ish fan of Zach Bryan, because I've only gotten to him the past year. Whenever the last album came out, the Great American Bar Scene, it does seem like the songwriting has matured from previous albums, but even the instrumentation seems to be a bit more fuller, a bit more,
Mhm.
there's a bit more meat to it compared to like the earlier stuff that he has, um, which I sort of like. I sort of like that he's sort of evolving as an artist. Um,
Mhm.
Going to back to Appetite, the third track on the album, I really, I really dig this song. The only problem I have with the song is the horns on this track, because when it goes da 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 da, I'm just like,
Yeah,
this sounds like the
yeah,
Rocky theme.
vehicle,
It sounds like
or
the
it sounded like vehicle to me.
yeah, it
Da
sounds
da
yeah
da
yeah
ticka
yeah
da ticka da ticka
yeah.
da da
It's
da
like it's
ticka
like this
da.
80s like tropey like sound to it. I'm like,
Mhm.
I just picture like Sylvester Stallone, like whenever those horns come in. I know it's not the
Yeah.
exact same notes, but the tone and like the run is like so similar. I'm just like, they should have changed this. It's too distracting. That's my only I really like
Mhm.
the song though, and if that was the opener, I'd be like, yeah, that's a pretty sick opener.
Yeah.
But the horns
All I
like threw me
thought
off.
was like you thought Rocky, all I thought was in, jazz band when we played Vehicle.
Yeah, vehicle.
It
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
reminded me of that song.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, yeah. I do think that some of the horns, like, I don't know who he got to play the horn section, like the trumpet and the trombone and everything, but I do feel like there were some parts that they were out of tune, and I do say that I would say Zach Bryan's not the best singer. Like he's a good singer,
Yeah.
but he's not the best because there are times where he sings out of tune. However, it fits.
Yeah,
Whereas,
yeah,
but the problem that I have is when the horns are out of tune, then it's like, okay, then you just have like not very good musicians playing their instruments, right? So, and
yeah.
it's different. Like if like a guitar player or a bass player makes like a wrong note, but then it sounds okay,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Because it's more of like a
Uh,
bend.
yeah. But this was like you could tell, you're a little flat. Like at, so I found that in a couple songs, and but there was one song in particularly when Zach Bryan's holding a note and the horns are holding a note, and it was all out of key, and I was like, "Oh God."
But I think like this album sort of, to me, sort of suffers from the Tortured Poets problem for
Mhm,
Taylor Swift's album, where it's just like word salad that is coming out. It's literally just like, I need to write these songs and get them out, and like,
mhm,
let's just record it and just put it out. Which is the main problem I had with Tortured Poets for Taylor Swift's record. It was just like so much, and like, you just write it once and then just put it out there. And I get like these guys are just like songwriting machines, but from a listener perspective, it's just like
mhm,
there's no focal points, and it's just like there's so much going on, and it's all over the place, which this album suffers a little bit from, because it's so long. It's just
mhm,
so long, and there's definitely songs on this where it's like, this is very similar to another song that you've done, or this song is very similar to a song later in the track list. um so it's like, when I
just the
listen to,
same song with different lyrics.
yeah, like when I
Yeah.
listen to it, I'm just like, I think I've
Mm.
heard this song before, and I just have to go back and be like, yeah, it's sort of similar-ish.
Yeah, it definitely the songs get lost in the album for sure because like I listened to this a lot and I do enjoy Zach Bryan's like vibe and everything,
Hmm.
but you're right, it all just kind of blends in together,
Yeah.
which is sad. That's why I feel like this album, like all these songs individually are great, but if you made like a 2 3 part album to this, like that would be
Hmm.
pretty cool, right? And I think he can get away with that because I feel like he has enough fan base, and he's still in that like songwriting artsy kind of like Bob Dylan, where he can get away with something like that. But
Yep.
throwing everything all at once, it's just like, dude, like it's just like I appreciate the work, but I mean, I do find that the songs on this. Now, I'm going to be interested in your
Oh
opinion
no.
on this.
Oh
I
no.
find that the songs on this album, like if you were to individually compare them, like they all sound better than what was on the Great American Bar Scene.
Ooh.
So, but I'm not saying that I don't like the American Bar Scene, Great American Bar
Mm.
Scene, because I think that's a great album. However, I think that the Great American Bar Scene outshines this because it is short, and it is
Shorter.
like, yeah, it's shorter. Like you got the songs, and it's like, this is the album. Enjoy the album. We're gonna be touring for those. This, it's like, I like if he played one of these songs live, I would be like, what album is this from? You know?
Yes. Yes,
Mhm.
that is it. Like these songs all sort of blend together, and it's really hard to like what if you just like randomly throw you into the shuffle, you'll be like, is that Cannonball or is that Miles?
Mhm.
I can't tell. You're
Yeah.
definitely right. In a live scenario, it's going to be difficult except for like the hardcore fans. It
Yeah.
for the casual listener, like they're all going to bleed together in a live setting for sure.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, I would agree with you on the assertion that he is like the Bob Dylan of our time type of thing, which to a lot of people might be sacrilege, but
Mhm.
like the songwriting ability is there, and the just the pure volume like Bob Dylan is there because Bob Dylan like has bajillion songs. Um, but like I don't know, this album just has it's just too much in one go to really like digest properly. And like
Mhm.
I really wish that artists would get away from like only one release per year. As you said, like if this was split into 2 or 3 parts, I wouldn't be opposed to having Zach Bryan release 3 albums in 1 year. Like
Mhm.
I don't think that's an issue.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean, if you're a fan of Zach Bryan, you're gonna like it, and then if you're not, you're not gonna like it,
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like this is the problem with Zach Bryan, and I said this when we were doing the episode when we did the Great American Bar Scene, is that like we're saying, like the songs do blend in, like even the harmonica, for instance,
Oh yeah.
like the typical ba, na, na,
Yeah.
na, 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 right? It's the same kind of melody
Mhm.
for the harmonica playing in all the songs, which is, it fits the style of his music for sure. And I'm not bashing that, but he has too many songs that sound like that. Like I can definitely like tell my Siri to say, like, play Zach Bryan,
Mhm.
and it will just go through his whole catalog, and I'm content. I like get stuff done around the house, or it's like very soothing, very nice,
Yeah.
great, easily listening music. But it all blends in together. That's the problem. That's
Mhm.
where he
Mhm.
kind of gets
Mhm.
hit. But that was like Bob Dylan, though. You could say Bob Dylan was the
Yeah.
same as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think because the focus is so much on lyrics, and like I think all
Mhm.
the lyrics on all these songs are amazing. Like they get really into like his personal feelings and his like lifestyle or his past or what he thinks about the future. Like it's all there lyrically. It's the musical side that is lacking, which is what Bob Dylan always lacked, the musical side,
Mhm.
right? Bob Dylan's first 7, 8 albums were literally just him on acoustic guitar with a harmonica and his voice, right? It was the traditional
Yeah.
folk stuff, and it all just blended together.
Mhm.
It all blended
Like,
together.
but it's poetry,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
like that's why you're tuning into these guys. And like Bob Dylan, he didn't sing very well either,
Yeah.
but it fit. It fit with his style,
Hmm.
and sometimes it does that. And I feel like Zach Bryan falls into the same category.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, for sure. Now, I guess going back to the Great American Bar Scene, I personally I think the songs okay, for sure the album The Great American Bar Scene is better. in my opinion. I think it's just a more concise, like there's definitely highlights, there's low, like it goes up and down, but you can tell the different songs from each other. It's a lot easier to digest than this album. Individual song wise, the Great American Bar Scene, I can pick out specific songs when I listen to it and I remember. Like Oak Island, like frick, that song is so good. It's just so good. And like from this album, like I really like Appetite. I really like Santa Fe. Bad News I thought was amazing. Plastic Cigarette, like all those songs. But if you were to just like play me Plastic Cigarette, I'd be like, I think this is Plastic Cigarette.
Yeah.
Right? It just it blends too much together with everything he's done, which is I don't know. Like from his perspective, I think he only cares about the lyrics and the stories he's telling, which is obviously what he wants to do. But I think the instrumentation side of it is just like it's so much repeat of the same thing, which is a problem.
Which is interesting. I'm going to bring up this point too, because if he's going to his own, like if he's leaving like a major record label and he's going to be doing everything himself, like, is he going to come out with an album that's like freaking 5 hours long?
Oh my God. Imagine if this is like a record label telling him you need to pare it down already. Like that'd be insane.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Well, now I could do whatever I want.
It's going to be like Taylor Swift's like All Too Well. Now every song is going to be 10 minutes on his next album.
Or I just think of those like podcasts, like there's some podcasts that I really enjoy listening to, but some of them are like 5-6 hours long. And I'm like, I don't have time to listen to all of this. Like, do I really care about this episode? Yeah.
So. The other track I wanted to talk about is the last one with Heaven on Top. To me, it's sort of I guess a more broader question, but to me, this is the only country song on this album. Do you think Zach Bryan is still part of the country scene, or was he never part of it?
That's a very interesting question.
Because he's image-wise, he's definitely in the country scene for sure. Like you don't fit him in a rock scene or R&B or dance. Like you don't fit him anywhere except with the country artists. But when I listen to this album, I don't think it's very country outside of the last track.
Yeah, like I would agree with you, because I would consider this guy like folk music, or singer-songwriter, because right?
Yeah.
Like you make a very good point. I don't know.
Cause like
I like, because even his other albums too, like if you really think about it, like he has just a country persona.
Yeah.
But does that make him country?
No, it doesn't. He has a country persona, but he's not, in my opinion, he's not country. Like his music is not country.
Yeah, I feel like all the fans are like just twitching, like, what did you just say? Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I don't think, I wouldn't consider him a country artist.
Yeah, like he's definitely firmly, for me, he's definitely firmly in the folk. And if you made the argument that he's Americana music, I can accept that. But
I can accept Americana. Yeah,
but the country aspect of his public persona, like the music doesn't reflect it.
Because even if you use the argument, oh well, he's country because he's telling stories, it's like, well, so does folk music. Folk music tells stories too.
Yeah,
right.
For me, he's like a pure folk artist,
like a Mumford and Sons. That's gonna lose everybody. People are gonna lose it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Shut this podcast off at this point.
Yeah, he's like the next Philip Phillips, Mumford and Sons. What other folk bands are there? I'm just kidding. But he's a folk artist with a country persona.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
So I don't know. Like he definitely, when you put together a touring bill of artists, like he definitely like is part of a country bill. Like if you put him with Luke Combs like on the same bill as a touring bill, like I think that works. but
Mhm.
I don't think the songs are country at all.
So he can like play a folk festival
Oh
or
yeah.
a singer-songwriter festival.
Yeah.
Like, he fits in that genre and he fits in the country genre just because of his persona.
Yeah, I think yeah, purely just the persona, he can play a country
Mhm.
festival,
Yeah.
right? But
I'm very curious to whatever hardcore fan or whoever comes across this
mm,
episode, let us know if you think Zach Bryan is a country artist, if you think that that's true or not.
yeah, I would love to hear the argument because when I listen to
Mhm.
this, it's like there's so few country elements in any of these songs outside of like
Mhm.
its storytelling. Like,
Yeah.
like okay, that's not
But even, like, the harmonica, and then now that he's
yeah
added,
horns.
like, brass instruments,
Yeah,
it's like, that is very folky.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah. Um, Ooh, the other song I wanted to talk about is Bad News, which I thought
Yes.
was a brilliant song. It was
Yes.
like it was so of the times and like just like what he's seeing in American culture with all the deportations and ICE and all that stuff. Like I thought it was so like
Mhm.
current storytelling. I was like, yes, this is what I want from a singer-songwriter folk artist, right?
Yes.
One thing is I'm surprised this song didn't become bigger than it was because it is so like politically charged in my opinion. On the second
Mhm.
hand, I have seen interviews of him saying like this song isn't meant to be political, which I'm like, I don't know.
Interesting.
You clearly have a stance in the song.
Yes, I agree. I think he's saying that to stay out of some hot water because he was very, like,
Yeah.
he always grew up, or when he was growing as an artist, it was like he just did not give a shit what people thought, and he
Mm.
would just do shit, and then he'd get in trouble for it. And I think there was a recent scandal with some female that he was dating, and I don't remember the name,
Right. I've heard of
but she
this.
was she was like a famous podcaster.
Hmm.
I can't think of the name for the life of
Yeah,
me,
I don't know the name either.
but I guess there was like this whole thing, and then there's speculation. Like, I don't know really any of the details, but it was alluded that Zach Bryan had to pay her off to like, don't say anything. So I don't know if that's true or not. And I'm sure somebody will say
Hmm.
something in the comments, but I think he's definitely watching what he's saying. So he's probably just like, no, it's not political. I don't want to get involved with any politics, even though he does have a strong opinion, because I do agree.
Yeah.
Now, with that song, I thought that this song should have been the closer.
Ooh, yeah. That would be a
Mhm,
sick closer of a song. It's like it really is a big statement song. Like all the other songs on this album are very like personal
mhm,
from the lyric writing standpoint. Bad News is like the um it feels like a Hurricane by Bob Dylan song where he's talking about current events, right? Like Hurricane is about the boxer that went to jail wrongly. He was accused of murder, but he actually didn't commit that murder. And Bob
mhm,
Dylan sang about that. Bad News feels like one of those songs where it's just like, this is what's happening today, and this is like how I'm feeling about it, or this is what I'm seeing. That as a closer is like a pretty loud statement. It gets buried when it's in the middle. So yeah, that would
mhm.
have been cool if that was the closing song on the
Yeah,
album. I do
like,
agree.
yeah, you nailed it on the head. Like, I think it was too big of a statement of a song not to be the closer. So,
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think for me that's sort of a missed opportunity to like real like whether you agree or not, like having such a strong opinionated song on this album, I really think he should have pushed for it. Especially because,
mhm,
like, to me, Zach Bryan does seem like the type of person that doesn't care about what other people think, or at least that's his
mhm,
persona. I'm sure underneath, he probably does care, but like, his persona seems like he just does whatever he wants. So, like, having such a, like, in the moment type of song, I think there was a
Mhm.
real opportunity to just really like make this big and just like,
Mhm.
and at least have people have the conversation of like, is this right? Is this wrong? Are we okay with it? Are we not? Like, at least to have that conversation. But it just seems like the song faded out into oblivion.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I don't
No,
know.
I agree.
Um, but yeah, um, I do like that song though. It was actually a really
Mhm.
good song. Cool. Eric, final thoughts and ratings. What are you gonna give this one?
I mean, I didn't hate listening to it. Like I had it on, like doing stuff around the house, and just it was great to listen to. However, I do think it lacks in certain areas, and it has just that curse almost of like the double album vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they're not calling it a double album, but I mean, come on, like you have
25
how many
tracks.
songs? 25 tracks. Like that's a double album in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't hate it. Um, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Ooh, a
7
7.
out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 out of 10.
Um. So this is the problem with an album like this, where it's so lyrically charged. I know by the end of the year, I'm going to like it more as I listen to it more. Because, like, I think this is the type of album, the more you
Mhm.
listen to it, the more you get to understand what he's saying, the more you're going to, like, understand the songs better. And having just a week or less than a week to listen to this, it's just like, you know, you can't really get into the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. So
Mhm.
I am going to give it a 7 for this. I do agree with you, it's a 7, but I pretty sure by year end, like, it's gonna go up a bit because like
It's gonna
it's
be the 10 out of 10 album.
I don't think it'll go that far, but it's sort of like Taylor Swift's Tortured Poets, right? Like, I think we
Mhm.
originally gave it a really bad score when it first came out, but as time goes by, even today, I'm like, there's like really good stuff here. Like, once you
Mhm.
really get into it and you're able to get past just the word salad that is that album, um, there's like really good stuff on it, and I think there's really good stuff on this too. Like, I really like Plastic Cigarette. I really like that song on this album.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I agree. 7 out of 10 for me also on this one. All right, that was our discussion about "With Heaven on Top" by Zach Bryan. For those of you that are following along with us every single week, the album that we will be discussing is the self-titled Alter Bridge album that just came out. Alter Bridge, the how would you describe them? The Creed minus Scott adding on adding on new singer, right? It's like
I that's a perfect explanation. Yeah. Yeah.
but no, excited for this one. I've listened to half of it so far and I'm like, okay,
Nice.
you guys pretty good. I know Alter Bridge has been around for a while and they're really good, but it's not bad so far. But yeah, that's what we're going to be discussing next week. Alter Bridge's brand new self-titled album. And that's it for another week. Eric, we're going to be back on Monday, so short turnaround, I believe.
Mhm. Yes, it is.
So yeah, we'll be back here at twitch.tv/the Crossroads Music Podcast on Monday, 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Catch us on Apple Music, Spotify, all those places. Oh, one more plug before I forget. Chasing Dragonflies. We did have the interview episode on this podcast last year. Um, someone gave us someone in the chat actually just wrote something, but it's just nonsense, so we'll just ignore that for now. We did have the interview episode on this podcast a few weeks ago about the brand new album. As of right now of this recording, brand new single is out. The title is too long for the song, but we just call it Right Eye Left Eye. It's on Spotify,
Yes.
Apple Music,
It's a
all
good
the
song,
places.
everyone.
It's
Good
out there
song.
on all the streamers, also on Bandcamp if you want to go download it or purchase the single if you want. It's completely free though if you want, but go check out the song. And that's my last shill for the night. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we will catch you all next time.